Okay, now let's talk about how to get the most value out of this course. Unfortunately, unlike a TV or even a book, you can't just expect to watch the videos and learn what's in them. It's more like a team effort. What you put in, you get out. Now, this might sound cliche or obvious, but you would be shocked how many people email me, leave a comment saying, I took 10 JavaScript or Python courses, but I didn't learn anything. Just consider this. There's a big difference between watching a course and taking a course. So that's something I want you to keep in your mind as you're doing this. So how do you take this more active approach? Well, the first thing I would recommend is, as I always do, the tomato timer. This will keep you disciplined, and instead of rushing through it, it will actually do the opposite. You're going to want to draw more tomatoes. So instead of reaching the end of the course and feeling like you finished it, you learned all this stuff, what you're more going for is total time spent learning. And switching that paradigm in your head is very useful, because it's more about exposure than what you finish, if that makes sense. The other thing I would say is, if you can, do some written notes and drawings. And along with the examples in the course, try to do your own examples. So if we do a function with an input array of size 3, 1, 2, 3, try to do one with size 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and see what the output is. And you can do this on paper or by coding it yourself and then printing different lines, playing around with it. That's the mindset you have to get into to solve these algorithms, the kind of exploration mindset. Okay, on top of that, I won't BS you. The topics in the course are very challenging and they're going to escalate quickly. So from one video to the next, you could feel lost. And I'm here to say that's okay. We're covering multiple algorithm subject areas, and a lot of them, many programmers in real life in the industry don't fully understand them. So my point is this: don't feel bad if you don't understand everything that's happening, but the more you grasp, the better. No one is expecting you to be exactly perfect, especially as someone with no experience. So I hope that takes the pressure off a little bit. So as far as what's in the course, we are focusing on two things: patterns and process. Think of patterns as tools that you will learn to apply in different situations. To give a few examples, the hash table can be used for a large quantity of string and array problems. On the other hand, we have a pattern like intelligent pointer traversal, which can work on everything from strings to linked lists and trees. And having a grasp of recursion, yes, I will break this down in great detail, can apply to all of the above. So moving on to the process, that's something that will become automatic for you, second nature, as we do the problems. And we make this happen by structuring every video in the same way. We'll start with the problem definition, then go to the inputs and outputs, followed by the pseudocode, actual code, and then big O, efficiency. Breaking that down, the definition comes directly from LeetCode, which is the platform we use to code and test our problems, because frankly, it has everything we need. It's bug-free and is a great place to practice more problems after this course if you want to. So I just thought, why reinvent the wheel when it's already good? Then we'll cover inputs, outputs, edge cases, and assumptions, IOEA, for every single problem, and it's something you should definitely get in the habit of. The pseudocode is some fake code that roughly maps to what you're going to write out. So at this point, there'll be a really good chance to pause your video and code it yourself, because you have all the steps you need. You just have to translate it to your language of choice. And this is a really good way to make those connections in your head, even though you already know roughly what the solution is. Then we're going to code in your language of choice, whether that's JavaScript, Python. And keep in mind, there is multiple ways to code any problem. After coding our solution, we'll talk big O, efficiency, also known as time and space complexity. If you don't know what that is, we've got a whole video dedicated to it coming up soon. So that is how to use this course, guys. That is the structure of the course. Let's get into the next video, which is the last intro video before we actually get started.